Three popular pontoon models that once promised smooth weekends on the water now top the charts for sudden weld failures, flooring rot, and even federal recalls, with thousands of owners losing money on resale and repairs, and the risk is not obvious until it is too late. On the flip side, a select few builds quietly outlast the rest, keeping up to 80% of their value with nearly zero hidden costs. Which names are the true traps, and which are actually worth your money? Let us reveal the details the brochures will not. Harris pontoons from the 2012 and 2013 model years carry a reputation that few owners envy. The problem centers on the welds, thin gauge 0.100-inch aluminum tubes assembled with MIG seams instead of TIG. Over time, dozens of owners have reported cracks forming along these welds, sometimes after only a few seasons on the water. Once a seam fails, water seeps into the pontoon logs and turns a day's cruise into an expensive ordeal. Forum threads dating back to 2014 document the same pattern: unexplained loss of buoyancy, sluggish handling, and the dreaded sloshing sound when a boat is trailered out. The fix is not minor. Replacing a single waterlogged tube often means a shop invoice upwards of $5,000, with some owners posting bills topping $5,200. For many, the financial hit does not stop there. Once a Harris develops a leak, its resale value drops sharply. Buyers and surveyors alike walk away from boats with signs of internal water damage or past weld repairs. Unlike premium pontoons built with thicker walls and TIG welded seams, these Harris models from the early 2010s were built to hit a price point, not a longevity record. The result is a durability score of 2 out of 10, based on weighted criteria from owner reports and technical specs. This is a textbook case of how a single engineering shortcut, thin gauge MIG seams, can turn a popular brand into a cautionary tale, especially when repair costs and resale losses pile up year after year. Tracker and Suntracker pontoons have carved out a spot at the entry level of the market, promising a low upfront price and easy family fun. But beneath the surface, a recurring issue with deck rot has become a headache for owners who use their boats hard or store them outside. The core of the problem lies in pressure-treated plywood decks paired with marine carpet and a maze of fastener holes for seat bases, battery boxes, and stern hardware, all potential channels for water to seep in. Once moisture finds its way beneath the carpet or through unsealed screw holes, it lingers, especially in humid climates or after heavy use. Owner forums are filled with stories of soft spots and spongy decks cropping up in as little as 4 to 6 years, particularly on boats that see frequent use or spend most of their lives uncovered. The pattern is clear. Water intrusion around the battery box or stern fittings feeds the rot, and by the time it is caught, the damage is often widespread. Repair is not a matter of swapping a single board. A full deck replacement means days of labor, removing furniture, rails, consoles, and wiring, then stripping out the old plywood and laying in new before reinstalling everything. Shops routinely quote 40 or more hours for the job, with labor and materials pushing the bill into the $5,000 to $8,000 range on a 22-foot pontoon. For many owners, the math does not add up. On a boat that started as a budget buy, a major deck rebuild can swallow a big chunk of its resale value. The result is a cycle of maintenance fatigue. The low price that drew buyers in ends up costing them time, money, and weekends lost to repairs. This is where value brands like Tracker and Suntracker reveal the hidden price of a cheap entry ticket, especially when compared to models built with composite decks or better sealed construction. Bayliner's VR series, once a staple for budget-minded buyers, faced a turning point in late 2022. In October, the U.S. Coast Guard issued recall number 22R128, citing a critical safety flaw in the swim platform area. The official defect language was blunt: if swamped, these boats could sink. Affected models included the VR5, VR6, and VR5C Bowrider, covering more than 3,400 units built between April 2021 and June 2023. Dealers scrambled to install extra flotation foam, but the damage went far beyond the technical fix. Within 6 months of the recall, average listing prices for used VR models dropped by 12%, according to classified data from major boat marketplaces. Owners described the fallout as swift and unforgiving. Resale listings lingered for weeks, sometimes months, while buyers steered clear of any boat carrying the recall tag. Online forums filled with stories of frustrated sellers and buyers wary of boats that in the worst case might not stay afloat. Bayliner's parent company Brunswick offered free repairs, but stopped short of buybacks or extended warranties. For many, the recall became a symbol of what can go wrong when cost-cutting meets regulatory scrutiny. Even after the fix, the stigma stuck, and the VR series' reputation for affordability was overshadowed by lingering doubts about safety and long-term value. For buyers, the lesson was clear. A recall for something as fundamental as flotation can erase the price advantage of even the most budget-friendly boat. Barletta sets a high bar for what premium pontoon construction looks like. The difference starts with the tubes themselves. Instead of the usual welded seams running the length of each log, Barletta uses a process called seamless extrusion. Each pontoon is formed from a single piece of 1/8 inch aluminum, eliminating the longitudinal welds that so often become weak points on other boats. This approach does not just sound good on paper, it delivers real-world results. Boats with seamless extruded tubes are far less likely to develop leaks, even after years of hard use in choppy water or at higher speeds. Barletta's design supports high horsepower engines, making it a favorite for owners who want both durability and serious performance. Classified data and dealer records show that Barletta pontoons retain about 82% of their value after 3 years, a median depreciation of just 18%. That is a standout figure in a market where even well-cared-for boats can lose a third of their value in the same window. For buyers, this means less worry about hidden tube repairs or sudden drops in resale value. Barletta's seamless construction is not just a technical talking point, it is a practical advantage that holds up over years of ownership, making it the benchmark for anyone looking to invest in a pontoon that lasts. Manitou pontoons have earned a reputation among rental operators for surviving the kind of punishment that ends lesser boats. The secret starts with the tubes. Each one is built from 1/8 inch thick aluminum, a wall gauge that stands out in a field where thinner metal often means early failure. This extra thickness is not just a marketing number, it is the difference between a tube denting from a hard dock impact and brushing it off, or shrugging off years of scraping over sandbars without springing a leak. High-hour rental fleets provide the ultimate stress test, and Manitou tritoons routinely pass it. Reports from rental companies show boats running well past 2,000 hours with only minor wear on the tubes, far beyond what most private owners ever rack up. Manitou's heavy-gauge tubes give these boats a level of durability that buyers notice. A big part of this durability comes from Manitou's use of lifting strakes, which are angled fins welded to the tubes that improve handling and reduce drag. On rental docks, where boats are pushed hard in all conditions, these strakes help keep the hull tracking straight and resist the kind of flexing that can open up seams or stress welds. Operators consistently rank Manitou among the lowest maintenance brands in their fleets, pointing to fewer tube repairs and longer intervals between haul-outs. For buyers who want a pontoon that can take a beating, whether for fishing, family cruising, or light commercial use, Manitou's heavy-gauge tubes and proven rental record offer a kind of peace of mind that is hard to find elsewhere. Bennington's reputation in the pontoon market rests on its anodized aluminum tubes. This finish, more than just a shine, forms a tough barrier against corrosion and pitting, especially valuable for those who leave their boats in saltwater or docked for long periods. The result is pontoons that keep their appearance and structural integrity year after year. Bennington's commitment shows in the numbers. Resale values consistently lead the segment, with depreciation rates as low as 15 to 20% after 3 years. A hull warranty stretching a decade or more further cements Bennington's status as a resale champion, offering owners lasting confidence in their investment. Godfrey takes a different path, focusing on practical longevity. Many recent models feature composite decks, sidestepping the age-old problem of floor rot. Composite materials resist water absorption and breakdown, even after years exposed to rain, sun, and heavy use. Owners report fewer soft spots and a longer usable life, especially for boats stored outdoors or used by families. Godfrey's pricing lands below the top tier, balancing solid warranties with reliable resale. The result is a pragmatic all-rounder, an option for those who want durability and value without chasing flash or premium price tags. Right now, a single weld or warranty can mean years of smooth sailing or costly regret. As demand for pontoons keeps rising, informed choices protect more than your wallet. The water does not forgive shortcuts. Choose wisely and let us know your must-have boat in the comments below.